The government has put in place measures and interventions to address the plight of the street families. Key initiative being the establishment of Street Families Rehabilitation Trust Fund to address the concerns of all homeless, destitute, and vulnerable persons in urban areas.
In the past decade, the number of street children has increased in many African countries due to deepening poverty. The situation is not uncommon in big cities like Nairobi. As half of the total population in Kenya is under 18, the living condition of street children remains to be one of the greatest challenges facing the government of Kenya. Grogon, in Kenya's capital, is the home to many street children who live as a family. They are trademark sacks that sling over their backs and the small plastic containers filled with gum on their hands makes it easy for one to recognize them. Living in the streets is not something that one might possibly desire. Meet the 21-year-old Sitram Babu, a name he says he was given by his late father some years back.
Wakati babangu alikufanga, mimi na ndugu yangu tulichukuliwa tukapelekwa rescue center Thika. Tukakaa huko kuanzia 2009. Nikakaa huko hivyo nikapelekwa shule. Nilikuwa study 6 nikatoka huko hivi. Nikakuja kwa street. Kuja kwa street siko najua nyumbani wakati. Nikakaa kwa street, nikajiona na watu wa street wakati niko off, siko najua kwetu. Nikaacha ndugu yangu kwa center, unaona.
Her mother was married to another man whom Sitram found difficult to relate with.
Yaani tu Mungu akanibariki, nikaenda kuulizia nikapata nyumbani, nikapata mamangu ndiye ameolewa pia na baba mwingine. Nikajaribu kukaa nyumbani lakini nishazoeana mambo ya street. Nikarudi huko kwa street, unaona. Kurudi huko pia saa nyingine napata babangu amekasirika, huyo mwenyezi babangu mzazi, unaona. Nikakaa nyumbani, natoka hivi. Baadhi yangu hadi kukangu na shosho yangu akaniambia nyewe ili nisifanye mamangu nimharibie kwa sababu pia babangu si babangu mzazi, anaweza kasirika. Kasema ni sawa, acha nirudi kwa street.
Despite all this, Sitram still believes that there is still some light at the end of the tunnel.
Hata mimi naona hapa ndio tuko vizuri, lakini tungetaka pia sisi tuweze kutafutiwa kazi kidogo hivi utapata.
Study has shown that homelessness can be brought by many other factors and situations, including peer pressure and violence at home. For 14-year-old Peter Muigai, he found his way into the streets due to hunger.
Nini nilituma kuja kwa street? Mimi nilikuja huku street sababu ya chakula, mashida hizo.
For street families, this environment is not usually safe, as many face harassment from ordinary citizens, while others suffer in the hands of security personnel, including police officers.
Hatuwezi kupata ule tunaweza saidika, hata kujitolea. Ukienda kwa chifu unakuta unaumia, hakuna kupata hiyo ID, hatuna maguo, hakuna mahali ya kulala na nini, hata ikuwa paka ni kungojeka. Tukienda mahali kama Kenyatta tunalipia na social worker, unakuta tunaumia mpaka wenzetu wanarudi bila, bado watatengenezwa, wanakuja wanakufa. Serikali ndio hiyo, serikali nayo inatuumiza sana.
Their way of bathing is also peculiar. Some have even died here.
Ni wengi washai kufia kwa hii mto. Kwanza pale hivi kuna shimo.
Ben Ngige from Love of Christ Foundation feeds at least 60 street children in Grogon a day, a task he began some months ago.
Yes, most of the people here are young, between the age of say 10 to around 21 holds I think 80%, but there are also women and men. So at the moment we are just feeding the young ones because we tell them that those who have strength, they can be able to work. But going to the future, we need assistance for all of them, so that because the main objective is to get them out of the streets, and those who can go home, and we can make this Nairobi and the city and the Kenya in general a better place for the street children.
Mungu ametubariki pia na kutumia watu wake, tunapata chakula kila siku hapa hivi lunch. Sasa hata kama mtu azijitegemekea, lakini sasa tunasema tu hata hivyo Mungu abariki hii program iendelee vizuri. Pia sisi tupate kazi kama yenye imeendelea, imeanza saa hizi.
The dusk to dawn curfew has also affected their way of life. In conjunction with BSK, Love of Christ Foundation has been conducting counseling to the street children, something that has seen a number of them reform and unite with their families.
For now, we are just giving them food daily, but going into the future, we foresee that the soap venture that we have already started will be able to assist them, get some income, get some revenue to pay for their rent. Some of them at least to get somewhere to sleep, to get a going venture. And probably that can go into a manufacturing industry, so that we can employ some of them. Those who are not employable can go back to school, and we see a big venture coming up. With the help of the public, if those who are watching can buy the soap, that can be very good, so that this venture can go ahead. If somebody else has an idea of how we can grow the business, if they have an industry, we can work together. Those who have supermarkets, they can accommodate our products so that we can move on with the rest of the street families.
So as we have been feeding them, we have gotten to know many challenges that face them while they're out here in the streets. And this has really been like an eye-opener to us, because it has helped us to know how we are going to help these children, what we need to do, and how we need to approach them now. And also how to interact with them, how to relate with them.
Ben has a lot in mind for this vulnerable group, but shortage of funds inconveniences his logistics. One Mary Wamboi has been living in the streets for 21 years. She narrates how life has been.
Sisi watu weishi tu kiulove, kila mtu yani ametoka sehemu mbalimbali na mateso yake. Tumepatana hapa, huwa tunapendana. Kuna mwingine unaweza ona amepata hata maziwa 2 anapatia moja, mwingine anasaidia mwingine. Huwa tunapendana tu. Jumii yenyewe siwezi kula na nijiforce ama nibebe ama niweke kwa bagi nifanye na chakula, nitapatia mwenye karibu.
Supported by Love of Christ and Bible Society of Kenya, Mary is able to make soap detergents that helps her gain a coin.
Tulikawia sana bila kupata chakula, kwa mavazi hatuko tunapata, na saa zingine hata tulikuwa tunalala njaa. Kwa Love of Foundation ikatusaidia kwa chakula, kwa kila wiki wametusaidia kwa chakula, na hata wakakuwa na mafikiria mazuri, wanataka kutupa usaidizi wa kuuza sabuni. Tungependa mtu akona uwezo anaweza tuongezea sabuni, na pia yeye tukue tunamuuzia.
One of these bottles cost 30 shillings. Sniffing glue is treated as an escape from poverty and endless cruelty they encounter in their unique life. Few sniffs of glue can last for several hours in the brain, but they are not aware of the dangers of the stimulant.
Ukipiga magoti na kuniabudu hapo Yesu akamwambia.
Susan from the Bible Society of Kenya has been trying to nourish them spiritually. But mobilizing them is the greatest task, as their concentration span is low due to substance abuse. But how has the experience been?
We came together with the Love of Christ on 5th May 2020 to see how we can partner and reach out to the street kids and give them hope. So we have been doing various things in order to help them. One of them includes feeding them. So we've been feeding them daily, 6 days a week. Every child needs 50 bob per day. And then we are also involving them in listening to the word of God through these gadgets. We call them proclaimers. They are audio scriptures that have the word of God recorded from Matthew to Revelation. So the kids have been listening to the word of God every Thursday before they take a meal, such that they can have discussion on what the word of God says, and it can give them hope to move on with life.
They don't have a specific structure they call home, a situation that has left them at risk of contracting diseases, especially during this COVID-19 season. There are still many aspects that need to be improved by the Kenyan government to reduce the number of street children that is growing at a high rate, more so in the streets of Nairobi, with also crime rates escalating, especially in downtown.
This information, data that we are working with now, will inform budgeting and decision making. As CAS has stated, our wonder before was who are they, where are they, how many are they, and where are they how are they distributed nationally. Today, we have the numbers.
Well, experts estimate that there are between 200,000 to 300,000 street children in Kenya, with 60,000 of them living in the streets of Nairobi. Now, Grogon is a home to over 500 street children who live here, believing that one day they will be reunited with their families. Mark Kimondo for Hope TV, Nairobi.
Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki sana. Haikuja kabisa.